Hello and welcome to Global Brief. I'm Dr. Haseeb. Right now, something is quietly happening in the global economy, and most people don't even realize it. It's not happening on battlefields. It's happening in factories, ports, and trade routes. And at the center of it all is one country, China. For years, people have talked about a trade war between China and the United States. But here's the real question: is China actually winning? And if it is, what does that mean for the rest of the world? Because this isn't just about two countries. This is about who controls global trade in the future. Now, let's break it down and look at the details. Before we go deeper, let's understand something simple. What is a trade war? A trade war happens when countries try to protect their economies by increasing taxes on imports, also known as tariffs, restricting foreign companies from operating freely, or controlling supply chains to limit foreign access. The idea is simple: support local industries and reduce dependence on other countries. In recent years, the biggest trade tensions have been between China and the United States. The US has placed tariffs on Chinese goods. China has responded with its own measures. But here's the surprising part. Even with these restrictions, China's role in global trade has not disappeared. In many ways, it has expanded. To understand what's happening today, we need to go back. Over the past 30 years, China transformed itself into the world's manufacturing hub. Factories across China produce electronics, machinery, clothing, and consumer goods. At one point, almost everything was labeled "Made in China." But China didn't stop there. It invested heavily in ports, railways, and shipping infrastructure. And then came a major strategy, the Belt and Road Initiative. This project connects Asia, Europe, and Africa through trade routes. It allows China to move goods faster, build influence in developing countries, and secure long-term trade partnerships. This wasn't just economic planning, it was global strategy. As China's influence grew, the United States became concerned. Why? Because trade is not just about money, it's about power. If one country controls manufacturing, supply chains, and trade routes, it gains massive global influence. So the US responded with tariffs on Chinese imports, restrictions on technology companies, and efforts to move supply chains to other countries. This strategy is sometimes called decoupling. The idea is to reduce dependence on China. But here's where things get interesting. Despite these efforts, many companies still rely heavily on China. So why hasn't China lost its position? There are several key reasons. 1. Manufacturing scale. China produces goods at a scale that few countries can match. It has large factories, skilled workforce, and efficient production systems. Moving this entire system to another country is not easy. 2. Supply chain ecosystem. China is not just one factory, it's an entire ecosystem. Suppliers, manufacturers, logistics, all connected. If a company moves production elsewhere, it often loses this efficiency. 3. Trade partnerships. China has expanded trade relationships with Southeast Asia, Africa, and Latin America. This means even if one market slows down, others continue to grow. 4. Infrastructure advantage. China has invested in ports, railways, and shipping networks. This makes exporting goods faster and cheaper. Now something important is happening. Instead of choosing one side, many countries are doing both. They trade with China and the United States. This creates a new global system, not one dominant power, but multiple connected economies. Some companies are moving production to countries like Vietnam, India, and Mexico. This is called China Plus One strategy. But even then, China remains a central part of the system. Trade is no longer just about goods, it's also about technology. The competition now includes semiconductors, artificial intelligence, and advanced manufacturing. The United States has placed restrictions on certain technologies, but China is investing heavily to become more independent. This means the trade war is evolving into something bigger, a technology race. And the outcome of this race will shape the future. You might be wondering, how does this affect everyday life? The answer is simple. Global trade affects prices of products, availability of goods, job markets, and economic stability. If supply chains shift, prices can change. If competition increases, innovation can grow. This is not just a political story, it's an economic reality that affects millions of people. So, is China winning the global trade war? The answer is not simple. China has built a strong and resilient position in global trade, but the world is also changing. New players are emerging, new strategies are forming, and the balance of power is still evolving. What's clear is this: global trade is no longer controlled by one country alone, and the decisions being made today will shape the global economy for decades to come. Thank you for watching Global Brief. I'm Dr. Haseeb. If you found this video helpful, please share it with others who want to understand global events. Don't forget to subscribe to Global Brief for clear and simple explanations. And if you have any questions or thoughts, leave a comment below. I read your comments and would love to hear your perspective. See you in the next briefing.